Hi everybody, this is a quick tutorial giving some lowdown, fast ways to get started to doing some very basic animation in After Effects. So here I am with a brand new document open, and in the project window there's nothing in here right now, but this is going to be consisting of compositions and footage, which I can edit down here in the timeline, and in the timeline there'll be some layers, and then within those layers we're going to be able to change attributes such as rotation, scale, opacity, things like that. So we'll start out with something real simple and come up to the toolbar, and we'll make a new composition because that's what we have to start with, and we'll do that by clicking this little button here. So we create a new composition, and I'm just going to go ahead and leave it at this high definition one. This is going to work for me for now. And then the next thing I'm going to do is put a shape on there. So I'm going to come up to this rectangle shape, and over here I'm going to choose a nice bright color so we can really see it. Nice blue, and a stroke, not that much. Okay, something like that. Actually, let's just go up 3. And I will hold the shift key down and click and drag to make a square. So here we are. It's remembering some of my last settings, so I see that some of the stuff is transparent here, translucent. So let's kind of find that first. As you can see on the composition, I can see my shape over here down on the timeline. I can see that there's a layer. I'll fold it up. It starts with a shape layer. I hit this little triangle to see what's underneath it, and there's his contents. Here's the rectangle, and here's the path. So this is actually these points and these lines here that we could change and animate. The stroke is the color of red here. If we want to see it a little bit more, we can just boost it up. And then let's go down to the fill. Here's the fill, and here's where the issue is that this is set at 33%. That's the opacity. So we'll change that to 100%, and now we see it completely there. Okay, so that was some properties just sort of about the shape here, but look at this guy right here, the transform, and this is where the magic is for doing the basic animation. I'll drop this down, and you can see anchor, position, scale, rotation. If you know you just want to do scale, you could do this. So if I've got that layer selected, I just hit S, and it just gives me just the scale alone. I'll hit scale off again. So here we can either get to it by going to this way, or just hit the S for scale. Now, how we do this, if we wanted to change its position, let's start with something like that. So we'll go ahead, and I'm hitting the V to get the selection tool, move the box over here. And then I'm going to click this guy, which is a stopwatch. That sets the first keyframe with the current time indicator all the way at the home at the beginning of the program. And then just go ahead and scrub out a little bit, and we can make a change here, or you can just click to make another keyframe and then change the properties. So we'll change the position. So if I scrub, you can see that now we have created an animation where there's a change in position. And we can continue to change other things. To just show you another method, I'm going to click on deselect over here, but just by clicking on nothing on this gray area, hit the letter U on the keyboard, hit it again, and that hides all of the effects that are on there. If I hit U again, it will show you only the active effects. Okay, so I'm going to hit R for rotation, and I'm going to set a keyframe, the timer, and which is going to set a keyframe. I'm going to scrub out a little ways here, and I'm going to set another keyframe and rotate this. And now when we watch this, we have a rotating and changing position. Just for the heck of it, let's see what else we might want to do to this. Again, on the transform, how about scale? We'll do the scale as well. So start at the beginning, repeat this, turn on the stopwatch, and maybe we'll have it get big in the middle here. So I'll have another keyframe in here where it's getting really big, and then we'll have it go and get really small at the end. So notice that I just moved over there and changed the properties, and that automatically made a keyframe. So now our animation, big and small, and we're combining all of those things. And then maybe it's going to fade as it's coming down here. This last part, let's have it kind of fade away. So we'll put an opacity keyframe in and start the stopwatch. And at this point, we'll make it disappear. So we'll just set this to 0. And now I'll hit the RAM preview to see the animation. And there you go. There's an example of some simple animation using just a shape.